Rambam has a great story about one of his students who was in his deathbed, and the Ramban wrote for him a kamiyah, an amulet, and he put in his hands a paper with 10 questions. 10 of the most difficult questions to answer, greatest enigmas, the most difficult questions you could think of. And he says, I know that your time is almost up. I want you to take this amulet, it's going to help you get through the gates of heaven. And I want you to go all the way up to the Kisei HaKavod. And there's going to be many angels that are going to stand up in front of you, and you're going to show them that amulet that I'm giving you right now. And as you go, you're going to carry this paper with you. When you get all the way to the Kisei HaKavod, when you stand before Hashem, please take out this paper and read it to Him. And I want you to get an answer from God to every single one of these questions. And then I want you to come to me in my dream, and I want you to tell me all the answers to all these questions. I want to know the answers to all these questions. Why do bad things happen to good people? Why do the evil people have to prosper? Why do good people have to suffer? I want to know the answers to it all. I want to understand Hashem. I want to understand His ways. He writes 10 of the most difficult questions. Questions that you would leave for Teku, like for Eliyahu Navi to come along and solve it for you. And sure enough, the boy dies, the student dies, and he goes to heaven, and he takes out his amulet, and he goes from gate to gate until he gets all the way to the Kisei HaKavod. And he takes out the paper, and he just couldn't read it. And then he goes to the Ramban in a dream, and he says to the Ramban, I went all the way to the Kisei HaKavod. I used the amulet to get all the way to the top. So the Ramban says, so what happened? Did you read the paper I gave you? He says, I was about to read it, but when I got there, all your questions weren't questions anymore. It was so clear from that perspective. When you look down, these questions don't even make sense to even be asked. So I realized that there's no point of asking. It's not even a question anymore. When you go up there and you see everything from a bigger perspective, from above, from a bird's eye view, you realize all these questions are not even questions to begin with. You can't ask on God. There's nothing to ask on God. God doesn't do anything wrong. God doesn't do anything bad. So he comes to him in a dream and he tells him that there's no way to answer these questions because it's not the question to be asked. The place where you send me, it's so pashut, it's so clear, it's so evident.